Just a few formalities, bear with me, in terms of, for information, Standing Order 111 of the standing orders of the Parliament sanctions that all committee meetings are open to the public. Therefore, please note that this submission is open to public and media, and is also being aired through the Parliament channel at the Walesi platform and also live streamed. So whole of Fiji will be watching us today. Any sensitive information concerning before us that cannot be disclosed to the public will be heard in private or in writing, and will be guided by the town council if you believe that some of the issues may be private. Please feel free to express your views at that stage. Also, be advised that under Standing Order 111, there are a few specific circumstances that allow for non-disclosure, and these include national security matters, third-party confidential information, personnel or human resource matters, and committee deliberation and development of committee recommendations and reports. This is a parliamentary meeting, and all information gathered is covered under the Parliamentary Powers and Privileges Act. However, please bear in mind that we do not condone libel or slander of any sort, and any information brought before this committee is substantively factual in basis. In terms of the protocol of this committee, please, of course, we encourage the minimal or non-use of mobile phones, and of course request that all phones will be on silent, and that applies to the members of the committee as well as the attendees here today. And also just a reminder to honorable members and our guests that all questions are to be addressed through the chair. And at this time, I would like to just introduce the members of the committee, which are probably of which is no stranger to the town council representatives here. I've got Deputy Chair of the Public Accounts Committee, is Honorable Vodea. In attendance as well is Honorable Alvik Maharaj, and Honorable Hemchand, Honorable Sachidanand, and Honorable Naisa Tunadeva. Not in attendance. They are on duty travel at present. In terms of today's hearing, we'll be hearing submissions from the Acting Chief Executive Officer of the Nausori Town Council and the team, and this is in relation to the audit report on municipal councils, PPP number 183 of 2024, particularly on the audited accounts of Nausori Town Council from the years 2016 to 2018. And before us, I'd like to thank the members of Nausori Town Council that are present here today and availing themselves to this hearing. One of the things that just as a flavor, one of the things that this committee is keen to do, there are two particular areas in government that have been, for want of a better word, lacking in terms of financial reporting and transparency, and also accountability. And those are the provincial councils under the Tauke Affairs Board and the town councils. The journey has been long and hard to get to this point. There is still a lot of work to do, and this committee is not too much interested in who didn't do what, or enter into a bit of a blame game, but more importantly, what can be done by the council and collaboratively as well by government to ensure that we, over the next few years, ensure that all financial reporting in government is up to date, and its reporting is high quality, and so that's really going to be the focus of the discussions. And also welcome to the auditor representatives from the Auditor General who are here. I'll allow just the members from the Town Council and also the Auditor General just to introduce themselves before we start. The plan today is just to be quite free-flowing in terms of the discussions. So there might be questions during the presentations or probably at the end. So just bear with us, and we'll try and make it as free-flowing as possible. We'll start off with as soon as the introductions are done, we'll invite the representatives from the Nausori Town Council to start with their discussions or presentations, and then after that we'll jump into questions. So again, thank you to all of you for being here today for this hearing, and we hope that through this exercise or through the hearings, we will try and plot a way forward to ensure that that the concerns over financial reporting regarding the municipal town councils is addressed, and it becomes business as usual in the years to come. So with that being said, I'd like to invite Nausori Town Council to firstly introduce themselves, and then I will equally invite Auditor General representatives to introduce themselves before we start. Nak.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So, Mr. Chair and the honourable members, I'm Losana Tali Rokotuimbau, the Special Administrator, the Chairperson at the moment. Vinaka.
Nisambulu Vinaka, and a warm welcome to the Chair and the members, honourable members, and the Auditor General's Office. My name is Rajesh Kumar. I've been with the Nausori Town Council for the past 1 year. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, Honourable Chair and members of the Public Accounts Committee. My name is Moshin Ali. I hold the position of Assistant Auditor General in the office.
Chair and honourable members, good morning. My name is Loa Talovia, currently a Senior Manager at the Office of the Auditor General.
Honourable Chair, for this morning's session, our acting CEO will do the honours in responses to the questions. Vinaka.
Thank you, respected members. In response to the Standing Committee on Public Accounts, we have done a copy of our responses, and I'm going to speak on the audit report on municipal councils, PP number 183 of 2024. I think the first set of questions there is the software and the systems by Nausori Town Council. So just for the information of the members, we are currently using the MYOB system. It's an accounting software where the transactions of Nausori Town Council's revenues are inserted, and this is used by the Korovo market team, the Korovo finance team, Nausori market team, Nausori finance team, and Nakasi market with its finance team. So it's a unified system across the Nausori areas that we are currently using, and this is allocated to the cashiers and finance officers only. We have a check and balance where all the receipts are inputted into the system and then rechecked by one finance officer in terms of its compliances. And then the whole system is then monitored by the manager of finance. We now have a set of 5 finance offices prior to what used to be in the last 2016 and 17 and 18, where there used to be only 1 or 2 of them handling things. And we have offices that looks after the payments, payables, receivables. We have a separate pay clerk now, and we have a senior finance manager overseeing the overall processes of the finance. It's just a month back we had a consultation process with the Ministry of Local Government, where they are trying to introduce a unified accounting system across the 13 municipalities, and that will be more uniform structure compared to what we are currently doing. So as far as the receiptings of revenue that comes in through cash, checks, and the M-Pesa, we are following the finance policy manual of the MLG, the Ministry of Local Government. That is 2021 and 2024. As soon as the cash payments, checks and M-Pesa are paid up to the cashier, the money is receipted on a daily basis, on the spot, as soon as it comes in. Funds are banked intact and daily without any delay. It's not kept on the safe. It's a daily banking that is verified by a second officer, that is a finance officer, who is then under scrutiny from the finance manager before that cash is taken away. So there's a 3-step process as we go along prior to what was happening before. All payments, cash, check, M-Pesa, recorded in the MYOB accounting system on the same day of the receipt. Then we have standardized MYOB generated billing and invoicing templates that are used across all the revenue streams. Deposit summaries are prepared on a daily basis. No offsetting or netting of receipts prior to banking. And all the bankings are signed off by a senior personnel. It's either the manager of finance or the acting CEO that is current. The authorization controls for the bank lodgements prepared by the cashier, endorsed by the finance manager, verified against the banking and the deposit slips. This ensures independent verification and strengthens accountability, and these processes were not there prior. The segregation of duties in terms of the receipting processes, the council maintains segregation of duties to mitigate fraud risk and ensure independent checks. Separation of collection and banking. The person who is doing the collection does not do the banking. It's a separate person altogether. The staff responsible for the banking is escorted by a driver and a personnel, a finance personnel as well. Roles and responsibilities to clearly stipulates that the cashier's responsibilities at any particular time is to receive cash, checks, M-Pesa payments, issue official pre-numbered receipts. This is generated through the MYOB and our manual receipts in case there is a power outrage. The record payments in MYOB, the till is balanced on a daily basis, and then preparation of the deposit summary then happens. The finance team, am I going too fast or is it okay? So, the finance team's responsibilities is to perform monthly bank reconciliations, review and verify receipt batches, investigate discrepancies, report discrepancies to management, conduct independent verification checks. The control risk, no staff member is permitted to process or receive their own transactions under any circumstance. So these are some of the control measures that we have done. As far as the fraud detection and prevention framework, we have multiple monitoring mechanisms currently. This is the revenue trend and variance analysis shared with the management and board on a monthly basis, where the finance manager prepares a report. I've got a copy here as well that I'll show. And it is shared with the board members for scrutiny as well as any forms of debate that comes in on the revenue sections. Physical control, the cashier's room and the main office and market. There are CCTV monitoring systems installed and operational currently. We have got a set of 8 CCTV. This is across all the finance departments. Restricted access to the cashier's room. Nobody's having access to the cashier's room except for the cashier. This involves the CEOs as well. When we have to have a word with the cashier, she needs to come out. It's a secure, safe storage of fundings in the vault we have at Nausori Town Council that we are currently using. And since there is a daily banking requirement, the storage for this safe keeping of money is very rare. Any undeposited cash is stored securely overnight and banked the next business day. There are times when, after the closing of the cashier, there are ratepayers who travel from Nakasi and they want to make a payment, we facilitate that. As far as the user pay market collection is concerned, there is random till balancing, verification conducted by our finance department. Usually on a weekly basis, we do spot checks. We also have CCTV monitoring at payment points, independent oversight of market revenue collections. This controls collectively reduce opportunities for misappropriation and ensure traceability of these funds. Then the accountability and transparency is more evident there. As far as the reconciliation between receipts, bank deposits, and accounting records are concerned, the finance manager prepares monthly bank reconciliation. Receipt batches are matched against bank statements, deposit slips, MYOB, ledger posting. There is also a M-Pesa reconciliation report verified via email and confirmed by the finance department. Departments post revenue entries in MYOB based on verified bank and M-Pesa confirmation. Any discrepancies are investigated and formally reported. Since the last 1 year, we have not had any cases of that. This ensures alignment between physical reporting, the receipts, banking records, and accounting entities. Reliability of electronic receipting system. The council relies on MYOB as its primary electronic receipting and accounting platform. Supporting documentation confirming system reliability includes system-generated invoices issued at the beginning of each financial year, standardized billing templates ensuring uniformity and traceability, demand notices for rate arrears physically dispatched to customers, deposit lodgement book endorsed by the finance manager, system audit trails within MYOB showing access, user access, and transaction history. So if there is any variations or any changes, it is always monitored by the finance manager who has access to this MYOB as well. These measures support data integrity, completeness, and audit traceability. Now, as far as the receipting and revenue collection is concerned, the council, Nausori Town Council, uses electronic MYOB receipting system, pre-numbered manual receipts book. These are controlled issued, and receipts are system generated and sequentially controlled. In terms of receipting and revenue, sir.
If I may, the MYOB system that you are using, is it a paid version?
It was specifically created prior to my joining, sir. And this was, yes, it was a paid system. It has been in operations from the year 2020.
So
yes.
is there any annual subscription fee that is paid to MYOB, or,
sir,
or
this
it was just one-off?
It was a one-off system that was actually created. And due to the nature of the Nausori Town Council, the MYOB system is the only system that is used for Nausori.
I thought MYOB is a universal system. It's not created specifically for any particular entity.
It can be used by any organization, sir. It can be bought by any. It's a software that records financial.
Okay, so having said that, if you are actually using standard software, does it actually apply to all other departments across? Because there are other departments as well.
Yes.
Is there limitations to use of MYOB? in other departments?
They are currently using the MYOB in terms of rates, in terms of parking meter, in terms of rates. So the various departments are all linked up to this MYOB system. And the finance manager is the only person who can override this system.
So let's say if the engineering department is using their own software, because definitely they cannot use MYOB,
Yes, sir.
right? It's not meant to be used by the engineering department. These two systems, do they talk to each other?
Not really, sir. Currently, we do not have any separate system that is interlinked, but we are currently having a ICT audit that is ongoing, progressing currently, and they are recommending some systems for the council to use at separate levels. Like the building, they might require a different system altogether.
So in terms of the new system that is actually currently being developed by, I think, Ministry of Local Government, once it's done, right, the data integration from the current MYOB you are using to the new
Will be
system, will it be automatically done, or will that be integrated, the transfer of data, or you'll actually start on from a new platform once the new system comes in?
We will do a transfer, sir. That was one of the questions I did ask to the ministry.
Right.
The service providers is going to prepare the whole system for the 13 municipal councils, and the same data of MYOB will be integrated or transferred to the new version.
So the 100% data would be transferred.
Yes, sir.
So there won't be any chances of losing data going from one software to another one.
Definitely not, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Shall I continue, Chair, sir? In terms of the segregation of duties for receiving and revenue collections, the council applies strict segregation. The cashier receives payments. The supervisor verifies daily summaries. So it's two people. One is accepting the payment. The other one is verifying. The finance officer reconciles the collections. Separate officer prepares bank deposits. Independent bank reconciliations are conducted on a monthly basis to verify the amount and the amount that is deposited towards the bank statement. Supporting records the duty allocation of the matrix, cash count sheets, reconciliation reports. Now, as far as fraud detection and prevention controls, we have surprise cash counts, daily reconciliation of receipts to cash collected, the CCTV monitoring in revenue areas. We also have screens in the CEO's office and the market as well, the 3 markets, where the market team leaders also have access on the revenue collection CCTV areas. And they can even see the vehicle that comes into the car parks. And we are looking at the integration of a vehicle tracking system in months to come, where all our parking would be monitored by these digital networks. For every vehicle that comes into the car parks, we will have their vehicle number, time in, time out. So we're having talks with the suppliers currently, sir. Now, as far as the reconciliation procedures are concerned, the council performs daily cash to receipt reconciliation, providing weekly summary reporting, monthly bank reconciliation, general ledger reconciliation, and the documentation includes bank reconciliation statement, deposit slips, revenue summary reports, and the cash book extracts. As far as the reliability of this electronic receipting is concerned, we have a systems vendor certification from the MYOB operators. We had ICT personnel who's looking after this system and then has a training. I've got a copy of a training for the members. And then we secure database hosting just as we engage a private company, ICT company, to do an audit of the council's full ICT functions, and they are currently continuing. Periodic system testing, and some of the evidence that is provided is the backup logs, vendor support agreements, and the system test reports. Now, as far as the market is concerned, we have done the vendor profiling as well and have completed the vendor profiling for the 3 markets. We've got the records of all the vendors and the amount of revenue that has to be generated on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. And we also have a arrears in the market vendors stall revenue arrears. And the team is currently working towards the recovery. And there's a devoted 3-member team there. As far as the risk identification and mitigation is concerned for the council, we have a risk register and we have a disaster response plan. The asset management plan is currently ongoing on the fixed asset register as well. The team is working on that currently. We have revenue enhancement strategy. You might have recently noticed that the council is collecting PET bottles and cans, and in partnership with Coca-Cola Amatil, on a daily basis, we collect about 20,000 PET bottles and cans. And we have a revenue stream that is developed a month back from these PET bottles as well. So that's revenue for the council, newly created revenue. We, as far as, it's a 10 cents per bottle that we get back, but we pay up 5 cents. And that includes the logistical support and bagging, packaging, and counting before we disseminate those. It's a big success for Nausori Town Council. We've collected quite a bit of cans and PET bottles, and on the other hand, the revenue stream has gone up as well. As far as the accountability,
what is the revenue we are looking at if we are looking at a week?
Say the estimated forecasted revenue is $90,000 yearly. Yearly, and we are working towards that. We do have collections on a weekly basis where, after the collection is done, there's about 10 bags, and these are the big bags, that white bags that Coca-Cola usually provides. 10 bags of PET bottles and 5 bags of cans. Cans are crushed, and this is taken by Coca-Cola Amatil. So we managed to give them quite a huge amount of these recyclables.
There's another thing that you mentioned, that there are some areas with regards to the market vendors.
Sir.
What would be the dollar value?
It's approximately $159,000, and the recovery is well worked after, sir. We have a devoted team, the finance team, and what we are doing is we are having a word on the payment plan from the market vendors. There were cases that they passed away. These are some vendors that has passed away, and the record still shows. So we are also doing an audit at the same time. Once we did the vendor profiling, that's how we highlighted that there were certain vendors who are missing from the market. So we highlight that as well, sir. Thank you, Chair. Accountability for senior management decision. We have council resolution recorded in minutes. Every month we have the subcom. Since we have 3 subcoms, one is the corporate subcom, where all the financials and HR matters are discussed. And then we have the building and planning subcom, which is headed by our chair. These are where all the building applications are assessed, and we get to understand the development priorities of Nausori, and for any development in Nakasi, Nausori, and Korovo, these are handled by this team. And we also have a community service subcom, where this is headed by Mr. Paula Navunisa Ravi as the chair. And we have the team members where all the community engagement, the rubbish collections, solid waste collections are handled by this particular subcom. So the committee is divided, and we have meetings every monthly basis, and that leads to a ordinary council meeting at the end of every month. So in terms of accountability, this is where the council looks into the functions of the 3 committees and the functions of the management team as well. In terms of the transparency in procurement and expenditure, the council ensures transparency through competitive quotation procedures, tender committee evaluations. We have a tech committee that looks after these tenders. We do follow the Fiji government procurement policies. And we have a procurement register as well, full contract documentation, payment certification process, the bid evaluation report, comparative pricing sheets, approved purchase orders, payment vouchers in the approved council minutes. Just on a system, sir, there is a talk on the staff loan advances. We went back dating 2016, 17, and 18. We did not find any records in terms of the staff loan advances. And we had spoken to a couple of senior officers who has been there for more than 20 years, who has confirmed that the staff loan were only issued by the municipal unions. That was the confirmation that I got, sir. Otherwise, the whole set of questions has just been answered there.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that outline. And I guess before I invite group members to ask questions, it sounds like that a lot of effort is gone into the tidying up of the internal control environment.
Yes, sir.
And so I guess in terms of expectation with the quality of reporting, you know, obviously 18 and 16 to 18 were modified opinions.
Yes, sir.
And I suspect from 18 towards probably 22, 23, you'd probably see similar opinions because of just the non-existence of the quality, you know, the good internal control environment.
Yes, sir.
I note that the MYOB was brought in 2020.
Yes, sir.
So I guess given the control environment, from the town council's perspective, how are you looking in terms of moving towards unmodified financial reporting, of, you know, from where you sit at the moment? I guess you know, I do accept that there'll be probably modified opinions from 18 onwards. But given the work that's being carried out now, do you expect to seeing a lot more quality output coming from the council from now onwards, I guess, is the question. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Chair. Just for the information of the team, in the year 2021, we had outsourced our accounting financials to a outside service provider, and they are currently they've filed in a report, and we have submitted our report to the Auditor General's office through the ministry. And 22 and 23 is currently in progress by a separate company that is Pal and Associates. And for 24 and 25, we will be looking at an outsourcing company. And for 25 onwards, we have all proper records since I've joined in, and we are looking at preparing these financials in-house.
MYOB, just, you know, in the year that you've been there, are there any, I mean, I know it's not you know, it's really built for smaller businesses, So, and, you know, I'd rank Nausori Town Council as a large town council, serving 3 provinces and quite a big catchment area in the delta there and those 3 provinces. You know, the ability of MYOB to do everything that needs to be done, like for example the rates, collection rates from the ratepayers, that's done offline on another system, or how does that get done? Yeah.
Thank you, Chair, and the members. So just for the information of the committee, it is used under the same system of MYOB. And let me emphasize, the arrears for Nausori Town Council currently stands at close to $2 million. And we have 1.33 million as the garbage collection arrears. So altogether it's 3 million. And before I joined in, it was more than 4 million. Last financial year, our target of rate collections was 1.4, and we managed to collect 1.6. So it looks, that the mindset of the ratepayers are changing. So some of the challenges that we have faced is when the owners of these properties are abroad, and some have passed on, or whenever there is a dispute, family dispute, usually between people. These are some of the challenges that we are facing. So in terms of the recovery, Nausori Town Council is doing quite well as far as our financial targets are concerned. And we have a loan with the Fiji Development Bank, just for the information of the committee, and that stands at 6.9. The initial borrowing were 15 million for the construction of Nausori Market. And that currently stands at 6.9, and we are forecasting it to be somewhere in 5.2 or 5.3 by the end of this year. The payments for this loan is very consistent after March, when I joined in Feb, and then we ensured that there is no arrears in terms of our payment plans. It looks good that by the end of this financial year, though we have been having deficit budget in the past, the current financials is that we have a surplus of 7,000 in terms of the financial ratings here. So we are picking up now. We are picking up now in terms of our finance. The financial situation of Nausori Town Council has improved from what the last standing committee had seen. And we assure the standing committee that we will bounce back by the end of this year. Thank you, sir.
Questions by the members?
Thank
do you have
you.
any further questions? Yeah,
Thank you, Chair, through you. My question is on record keeping. Record keeping, it has been an issue. And one good example is the no record of the staff loan advances in 2016-2017. What improvement, what has Council done to ensure or to bring about improvement in this particular area as far as record keeping is concerned?
Thank you, Honourable Member, sir. As far as the record, I'll have to acknowledge that we had problems not only in Nausori Town Council but the other councils as well, as far as the record keeping is concerned. As I joined last year, what we have done is rejuvenated our registry system, where the record keeping is paramount, and we are asking each and every sections and departments to forward in a copy of whatever transactions is done and forward it to the registry sections for record keeping. The lady that is responsible for registry has 27 years of experience at Nausori Town Council. She's doing quite a marvelous job in terms of record keeping. We have devoted an office area for her for this record keeping, and from 2025 onwards, we have all records up to date.
Thank you, Chair. Through you, the responses that you have actually provided, and rightfully said by the Chair, that it seems like that a lot of internal control measures is now in place. My question to the Council at this point would be, whatever you have presented, is this the response to the questions sent by PEC, or are these already incorporated into your different policies, like, for example, HR policy, financials policy, and risk management policies? Are these in place, or are these just the response to the PEC committee at the moment?
Thank you, sir. I've bought a copy of these documents here as well. This is the finance manual for 2024 and 2021. This is our Bible that we have currently practiced ever since I have joined the Council. We also have the Fiji Municipal Council Policy and Guidelines Framework. That's a copy. And then we have the Human Resources Policy and Procedures for Municipal Council. We are going by the book, sir.
So all that you have illustrated before the committee are part of
Yes, sir.
the policies?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Because we have seen actually previously councils, they appear before the committee and the responses are quite big. But when we actually ask for the policy documents, they don't appear in the policy documents. And
There is
then
a
a year
reason,
later,
yes.
we are in the same stage asking the same questions over and over. So yeah, it's good to see that it's part of the policy.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I have got a rates PSV report, the MY training functions, where we carried out MY training just to give it an evidence. So I can, Secretary ma'am, if you can just.
The the manual as well.
Sure, sir. That's
That way we don't have to ask
The
the local
PSV?
government.
This is the evidence of the MYOB training. Financials for this January. You've got a number? You want to put it back? Or? Okay. And that's the commercial tenants for Nausori Town Council. That's the disaster management framework.
Somewhere there. Yeah, just keep it all together and then we can. Yeah, just keep it all together. Yeah, just keep it all together. It's somewhere there.
This is the draft strategic plan for Nausori Town Council. It's a draft format, and then we have the responses to the
Thank you.
questions.
Thank you very much.
Chair,
Yeah, get on, Honorable Bade. Yeah.
the business license, no longer collecting business license.
Yes, sir.
How do you make up with the loss in terms of revenues that you used to earn for collection of business license?
Thank you, sir. That's a very good question in terms of the business license, the taxi bases, and we are currently collecting the minivan base funds. There's a copy of all those there. And we are looking at outside partnership as well. Say it's not the traditional thinking that it's just rates and the market revenue that is the basis for revenue for any councils. We had struck a deal with Organic Recycles where we have been given a grant of US $200,000. Just last week they have supplemented us with the willy beans for the market, and these are composting beans, and we are in progress under the leadership of our chair in terms of developing a composting site at Nausori, where we are looking at getting all the green waste from the markets. We're talking about the 3 markets. It's not just confined to Nausori. And we will be undertaking a project where the compost will be prepared and resold. We have started off initially in a small scale with JICA, and we sell approximately $200 to $300 worth every Saturday. It's an ongoing effort, sir. And we are looking at a bigger scale where we might even need the input from Nasinu and Suva markets as well for this green waste to maintain the processes. So Organic Recycles will be training one of our staff. These are some of the revenue revampment strategies that we are currently having. And we will promote the revenue to another level come, in the next couple of months. There's other areas that I want to disclose is that we have a partnership with Punja's Group as well. They have come up with supporting the billboards at the bus stand area. We have 80 billboards area, and there This is to a value of $3,000 every month that they are paying. We have partnered with Go Advertising for the electronic billboards, digital billboards for more funding prospect for the council. We have just renovated Korovo Market with 15 additional stalls, 1 new kiosk, 2 office spaces, and we are looking at some collaborative partnership with the outside agencies. So we are not confining ourselves to the traditional thinking that we used to have, that it is revenue only from rates and the other collections. So we are moving outside the box now to think on ways to supplement the revenue of Nausori Town Council. Naka.
Chair, if I may, there were some plans to move Korovo Market to a bigger space and to build a bigger market along with the bus stand. Is this still in process, or that project has been shelved for now?
If I may, Chair, the honourable members, that project is not the responsible of Nausori Town Council, but the Ministry of Local Government. Okay. Thank you.
Just a supplementary answer to your question, sir. We have upgraded Nausori, the Korovo Market. We have painted, we have done all the renovation works. We have done the renovations for the conveniences, and I mean, within the current resources. And just for the information, we've also done renovation work at Natovi for the convenience at the jetty. Though it was beyond our scope, we assisted that area as well, sir.
Chair, through you. My question is on training and upskilling staff. We have met a lot of these councils, and training and upskilling staff, it is an issue that I have noted. I have identified that. What is Nausori Town Council's, as far as the training program is concerned for the staff? Is there a training program for the staff? And how do you come to that? How do you derive the training program for your staff? Because we need skilled people. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Just to answer your question there, sir. One of our ICT staff has just returned from India. He was sent on a IHC, Indian High Commission scholarship to upgrade. We have our training programs in-house. We have conducted OHS trainings for our staff in the market, on the ground, at the depot where the garbage is collected. We had ERP training, Employment Relation Promulgation training, conducted by the Ministry of Employment as well. We have a scheduled training program for the whole year, sir. And I personally have conducted the customer service training, as I was a lecturer in 3 universities prior to me joining this particular designation, sir. So we have plans for the whole year, and all our staff will be integrated for further trainings as well. Come the opportunities that arise, we also have a 30,000 budget for our training program for Nausori Town Council, sir. Thank you.
While on staffing, are there certain positions which are vacant, which may be affecting the operations of the council? Are there certain critical positions which you are unable to fill? Maybe we don't have the right people.
It is an issue, sir. I will not deny that fact. We have a senior enforcement that has been advertised over and over several months. The real issue is the MQR that we are looking at. And we have our own people. We need to upskill through hands-on training that is supplemented by some training providers. Currently, we are using them into acting positions to have a effective continuity of services. But these are one of the major challenges any council faces on the recruitment, because according to the human resource policies, we have certain procedures to follow. I'll tell you a clear-cut scenario where we had only one applicant for a finance position that was advertised. And we are going to re-advertise that through a major consultation with the other training providers and universities as well. So time and again, we do face challenges in terms of our recruitment. It's not deniable, sir. Whatever resources we have, we utilize that to the optimum. And we ensure that our staffs are engaged in further training. I've been encouraging my staffs to get into programs, and there are a couple of them who have started with that, sir. So critically, yes, I'll have to accept that we have that challenge.
You have mentioned that, MQR, meeting MQR, that is an issue. I think the other issue is salary. So my question is on the job evaluation exercise. Are there plans to carry out a job evaluation exercise anytime soon?
Thank you, sir. Just to answer that question, after I joined the council last year in January 16th, we have given a 10% rise to all the staff. It was across the board. And we have given them a bonus of 3%. So they got allowances in terms of a 3% bonus and a 10% salary increase across the board since I started last year. We have forecasted for a set of salary classification that I have not seen in the council. There's no salary classification tags. People are just sitting on a one-off salary that is recorded. We are working on that, sir. The JE exercise is an ongoing exercise currently. We are in talks with the union as well in terms of the outcome of the JE exercises. It's a massive exercise, sir, since we have 140 staff. We are currently in progress of getting their position descriptions, JDs, in order before we allocate that to the hired consultants that was there, ma'am. Thank you.
The reason why I've asked about job evaluation exercise, because you are saying 10% increase, maybe after job evaluation exercise, it can be much more than 10%.
Agreed, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, the liquor license, off-license, hotel license, the council, do you play some roles there in the issuance of liquor license and the renewals and all those?
So we don't, liquor license gets given by the liquor tribunal. We don't.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Is it under rural development? The
Yes,
liquor tribunal? Eh?
yes.
Yeah.
If I may, Chair and honourable members, it's interesting to note the questions on HR, on human resources and training. What we did is in understanding the capacity that we have. In 2024, we had our health team as well as our planning team to go to Lautoka for a few days to see how Lautoka City Council does their composting. So we see this is another avenue for us in terms of waste management as well as revenue. They undertook, there's 7 of them that went for exposure, for experience, and see coming back, and even the health team went back to Nausori Town Council. So we advised our staff, not everyone will go to Japan through JICA. But JICA has established itself in Lautoka City Council composting site. And that's what we did. That's 2024. And in 2025, we started this composting at a micro level. You will note that the acting CEO had mentioned we're going big. Yes, we are. We know that we will manage our waste properly. The green waste, prior to this, the green waste goes to Namboro. So we are going to redivert that. Instead of going to Namboro, we will do it ourselves as part of our composting program. And we know we can also create employment from that. Okay, I just thought to let you know that these are some of the strategies that we have in mindful of the limited budget, but we can also train and give some kind of exposure to our staff. Thank you, Chair.
Chair, through you, thank you, Madam. The reason why I have asked that question regarding training for staff, because all the staff, they need training in certain areas. So it is very important to have a training program for all the staff. There are areas where they need training, so there is need. So council has to identify the areas where there is need for training and what type of training should be provided in order to upskill the staff. And I think I have asked the other councils, this is the area, this is a weak area, I would say. They need to improve these areas. Staff, the training program for all the staff, like you have got 140 staff. So what is the training program for all the 140 staff? Thank you.
Chair, through you, moving away from office now onto the ground itself, one thing we have actually seen with the council is illegal development happening within the town boundary areas. Can you elaborate on the process that should be followed if somebody wants to do any kind of renovation or any extension to their properties? See.
Chair and the honourable members, I believe each and everyone that is within the municipal council, the council has a website that gives the prospective developer on which section or division deals with developments. We also have our planning and development division. We have now, this year, we've tried to streamline our services. We've got a dedicated complaints officer with regards to illegal developments that they go on site, and also part of their community work to actually advising the residents on site and aligning them for compliance. Okay? Nausori Town Council strives now to try and be not just a clean town, but a compliant town. That is one of the things that our planning and development team, division in council, we have officers since 2024, when we have the community consultations or community meetings at the ground level with the ratepayers and the residents, we have all the divisions going out creating the awareness, and not just the community services division. So it allows our other sectors, our other divisions like the planning team to advise the residents as well as the ratepayers. So this is what you have to do. They guide them on the processes as well as even context in case they're stuck. What we're trying to do is align them for compliance. And so far, we've got a reduction now in complaints. In terms of illegal development, there is a process there. They are given notices. And at the same time, you've got two notices, whether it's environmentally related, so they get abatement notice. They also have a town plan notice. They are given an opportunity to align themselves for compliance, or they lodge. Okay. That's where we are at for the processes. Right? If they don't, then the next step would be we go to the legal court system. Thank you, sir.
Madam, I'll give a typical scenario. As alluded by the chair previously, that now PEC actually looks into more so like trying to be proactive rather than looking at things that were done retrospective by the councils. We have a property where there is an illegal development that took place, right, by outsiders. They have actually done this complaint. They have been running to Nausori Town Council for past 2 years with the footpath constructed in his property. And Nausori Town Council for past 2 years has basically done nothing. Even when it was constructed, the complaint was lodged with Nausori Town Council. Nothing was done. Now it is constructed with railings, so he doesn't even have access to a certain portion of his own plot that legally belongs to him, and still Nausori Town Council is doing nothing. I'll just try to put some pictures up for just to put it to perspective. Right, this is the property that we are actually dealing with, and this is based in Nakasi. The green portion you actually see on the right hand side belongs to the owner of the property that the brown house at the bottom belongs to. That footpath that is actually going towards right and following down goes to an squatter settlement. And that particular step that has been done from the footpath from left to right has been done by the squatter settlement on the property owner of that particular household. Right. If we actually look at the plan, if you can just put up the plan, right, increase it. Yeah, so the red boundary is his property, and if you actually look at that particular footpath in between, that is the illegal construction that has actually taken place. Now, if he took that matter to police and police referred it back to Nausori Town Council because that's an illegal construction in a property that is dealt by the council, and he's a ratepayer. So where does Nausori Town Council now stands in terms of this kind of grievances being brought to us as members of parliament as a ratepayer, that the council that is supposed to be looking after the welfare of that particular residents is turning a blind eye to the issue that is actually happening at that particular property. Now, we do understand the access and everything with regards to the human rights and everything to the people living in the squatter settlement, but not at a cost of a legal occupant of a land that his land is being used without his consent. How can Nausori Town Council just turn a blind eye to that particular development that has actually taken in a particular property done by a third person? And over here, we actually issue notice to a legal resident if he's actually doing an illegal development or even maintenance to his own property. Can we get a feedback on this, please?
Thank you for raising these issues. I believe this gentleman is Mr. Krishna of Suva City Council, and he has come up to our office a couple of times. We'll acknowledge that. Our building team has inspected the areas, and the real issue is, I guess, the squatter settlement that is opposite his property.
Let's get it right. Yes. The real issue is illegal development is in legal property. It's not the real issue is not the squatter at the back, right? The real issue is the illegal development of that footpath in his legal property to which he has the lease from Housing Authority. So we need to be very straightforward in terms of, as I said, under human rights and everything, as policy makers, we are supposed to provide an access, yes, but not at a cost of an illegal development like this, and then turning a blind eye to that.
Just for your information, I clearly recall this case where Mr. Krishna has been coming up and bringing this issue. We had involved the Housing Authority, the Lands Department as well in this particular case. And the last that I know of the report from the building team was that we'll have to take legal action on the squatter settlement that has put up this excess to the settlement that is going down. Just for the information of the committee, sir, the ratepayer is not paying us rates, and it is arrears into an amount that maybe I should not be disclosing publicly. There's an amount that he's still owing, and as a council staff, I think he has neglected his rights in terms of the payment of the rates. Just for the information of the team, we are currently working with the legal team to get this sorted. Sir, I'm clearly understand the situation that he is in. We also emphasize that the gentleman needs to give us time, since it's a legal matter that we are raising through the courts, and that might be a bit time consuming. We also
again, the point of the matter over here is if you are taking it to court, right, he's the legal owner of that property.
Yes, sir.
Right, which has been done illegally. A property has been constructed on his property illegally. So whom are you actually taking to court? Why can't that be removed, right? Because it is sitting in his property. He wants it to be removed. Why can't Nausori Town Council, along with the police, because whenever he tries to remove that particular structure, right, he gets threatened by those people who have developed it. Right. So why can't Nausori Town Council just move in with police and get it removed, or provide security to him for him to remove an illegal property or illegal development that is within his property? If there is a development in my property, I would actually need security to have it removed. I would not be running to court to get something removed that has been done illegally in the first place. I am the legal owner of the property.
Understood, sir.
Huh. Taking it to the court doesn't make sense over here, because it is, in the first place, it is done illegally on a legal property. And when it was being constructed, he went to all the authorities asking them to stop this construction. But at that point in time, nobody assisted him. And now the council is actually saying that we are actually taking this as a legal matter to court, when the proactive approach should have been taken, and that particular footpath should not have been constructed in the first place.
We accept that by abnormalities, just for the information of the committee. We had certain cases where there was some illegal constructions, and our team was on the ground trying to remove. We had security issues, we had threats, we had all this sort of situation, and putting my offices under this risk is a concern to the council as a whole, sir. And there is a reason why we have taken a proactive approach in taking this matter to the court, just for information, sir. The council staff have time and again been threatened when they go on the ground to get things sorted. There will be group of people, and we are outnumbered at the same time. So it needs to be a proactive approach further. We will look into this matter, sir. We understand the seriousness of this issue, and my legal team is currently working on that, just for your information.
Perhaps maybe, I think the point is well made. I guess to be fair to the council, I guess once you get that declaration from the courts to remove,
Exactly.
that provides clear legal basis. Because at the moment you can say it's illegal, but you're in that gray area of if you got a court order to go and remove the obstacle, then that'll kind of clear. When was the structure constructed, by the way?
I wouldn't know on the construction.
Some time ago?
Yes.
2 years ago. This was done in March 2024.
Say just a clear outline on that same response. We had cases where 3 of our enforcement officers, together with our depot team, went to remove the illegal constructions opposite Charanjit in Nakasi. There were 15 people against our 3, standing there and threatening our staff that you put it down, we'll put you people down. So there's a risk involved as well, sir.
So, CEO, why don't you people actually get the help of the police officers?
We do, sir. We request that.
In these kind of scenarios, when you actually do, you are aware that's a high risk move that you are actually making. I think it would be more advisable to actually work in such places with police officers rather than just enforcement officers from council going there, which becomes a risk.
Yes, yes. Safety is paramount as well, sir. And whenever we do send our enforcement team, we advise the Nakasi police station that we need assistance.
So is this case already before the courts, or?
It is going to be filed shortly, sir. They've got a list of, this is one of the issues that was handled by our legal team.
Well, still it doesn't make sense to me. Like, for example, if we actually set this kind of precedence, tomorrow anybody can do this in any other person's property, and then the council will say we'll actually have to take it to the court to decide.
I guess let's allow the due process to take its course. It's a bit hard now once the construction's been done. That's the only access way into the
settlement.
The settlement, yeah?
Yes, sir.
There's no other option available. Okay. Yeah, so Yeah, like the settlement people have just built it irrespective of the
Yes, sir.
concerns of the interesting. Okay. Yeah. So if you can just ask the town council to address that, and perhaps yeah, I get the concerns around if it's not addressed perhaps in a better way. You might even have people just coming onto your land anywhere and building something. Eh?
So,
Which is so yeah. I mean, and people should not be emboldened just to create structures without any authorization or approval. Eh? Yeah. Okay. Notwithstanding the fact that we do understand the needs of the squatter settlements. Yeah.
so thank you, sir.
If I may, Chair, what we have is a situation of, allow me to say, a weak enforcement laws that we have with regards to building. Unless we change the laws, I believe the Ministry of Local Government had submitted proposals to, at the moment, probably with the Solicitor General's office. The current penalty that we have in the law is illegal development is 1,000. Whether you build an extension to a hotel illegally, it is 1,000. Whether it's a garage done illegally, it is 1,000. Whether it's staircase, it is also 1,000. The ministry, I know they've made submissions for amendments to that, to increase and it's certain categories of addressing the local, these local laws regarding buildings. The current system that we have, first they give a notice, and that's 21 days. And then there's another 30 days. So by this time, the steps would have gone. Right? And that's the situation we have in this country. So unless we have, I know it's there to be changed. Okay? For us at the council, what we try and do is, this is important for them, we said, go out into the field and inform them. It's also important for them to have their neighborhood watch zones. It's not just for criminal activities or social issues, but it's also for developments, and that's what we're encouraging. So they can look out for each other and say, okay, stop this illegal development. They can also be providing passive surveillance for the council. These are some of the things we're trying to establish with our residents and ratepayers. Having committees on the ground with the town council. Thank you, Chair.
Is the reason that there's houses all over, like that whole area is homes, that's why there's no squatter access settlement any other way? Is that the reason, or is it?
Yes, sir.
It's the shortest one to the road.
Exactly. Yes.
That's a hill.
It's a settlement.
Certainly, we'll make note of the legislative issues and perhaps raise that as a separate matter to the Minister of Local Government. In the interest of time, I think we sort of taken up quite a bit of time, but I just wanted to just very quickly just to take the pulse of how you're looking at the moment. And I thought I'd just focus on the identified disclaimer matters from 2018. And just very quickly, it seems like that nothing reconciles to the numbers in the general ledger. Cash on hand seems to have some reconciliation issues. Trade accounts receivables, land and buildings, trade payables also has issues. Grant agreements, sounds like there were issues with those in terms of verifying the deferred income balances, reconciling. Employee benefits, obligations, reconciliations. Bank debt reconciliations. General rates reconciliations, I think. So that whole space of creating the reliability around the financial numbers is a major issue in 2018. And I guess looking at what you are doing now, have you managed to resolve, are there still the pre-existing unreconciled balances as of now as we speak, or has the council tried to reduce the unreconcilable numbers?
Thank you, Chair. I think this is one of the challenges, the opening and closing balances. Yes, sir.
So you know that those balances are existing for some time. There's no policy around write-offs or cleaning up the books or that kind of thing. Is there policy around that?
I think there is currently none, sir, but we have submitted our concerns to the MLG on these matters.
Okay. Because it'll certainly help with the audit as well.
Yes, sir.
Because it sounds like, it seems like they're reporting for between 16 and 18. They're reporting on the same thing. Honorable Maharaj had remarked that like in 2018, it seems to have grown from 16, I think. From 10 to 13, 11 to 13 issues. So I guess so you know what the correct number should be.
Yes, sir.
It's just how to deal with the unquantifiable. Perhaps if I can ask the Auditor General maybe to just seek some guidance in terms of what do we do. I mean, you can't keep those balances on the books for till the end of time, eh?
Yes, sir.
And perhaps maybe there should be some decision made, provided the councils can justify the balance that's on the books, that the rest be written off. That way you kind of start clean, eh?
Yes,
Yeah.
Thank
Is
you.
there an exercise happening in that regard? Or?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. While I get this opportunity, I'll just give a quick update to the Council on where we are with the audits in particular for Nausori Town Council. For the information of the committee, we have completed the audits till financial year 2021, and which the report has been drafted for Parliament in a couple of months to be tabled. However, if you see the results of the audit would be the same as we have seen for till 2018. In terms of how we addressing the unreconciled variance, I believe there are provisions under the Local Government Act and as well as the Financial Management Act where the process of write-off can be initiated, and the Financial Management Act provide guidance on the authority who has the authority to approve a reconciled variance. However, the bottom line is that all avenues to be exhausted to identify those balances and see if there's not recoverable or there's no supporting document, then the process could be initiated under the ambits of Financial Management Act. The other, which I feel, Honorable Chair, if you allow me, is to just throw out or just to advise the committee the challenges which we have faced. I'm sure if we get the next set of reports to Parliament and the committee is going to ask us, okay, what's happening? Why are you slow in progressing? As the CEO has said that they have given the accounts to us. Yes, we acknowledge that the accounts have been given to us. However, there is a big challenge. For the information of the committee, Honorable Chair, the audits for 2022 had commenced. However, we had to pull it back because when for the information, this particular audit is outsourced to our contractor, and the contractor appeared to commence the audit. And the only record that was given to our contractor was the meeting minutes, finance manual, organizational chart, final year trial balance, cash book listing, the draft accounts, and the bank confirmation. That was the only record that was available with us, provided. And we have learned, the CEO has mentioned that they had MYOB from 2020, I believe. So the question that I would obviously ask is, if the MYOB is in existence, why the reconciliations, the listings is not provided to the auditors? We had extensive discussions with the ministry. We had invited the ministry. We had got our contractors on board, and I guess which I believe the CEO has not updated the committee on the challenges they have faced with the service provider, which they engaged to prepare the financial statement. So we are extremely concerned, Honorable Chair, in terms of we get the draft accounts, and for any auditor, once we receive the draft accounts, we have the impression that the council is ready for the audit, and whatever records they have is available. But in this situation, when we had dispatched our team, or our contractors were on the field, and till to date, we haven't had any real progress on the 2022 audit. We have been funded by Ministry of Finance to outsource backlog audits, clear them. We're looking at close to $35,000 just to clear the backlog but we are not able to utilize this fund because the unavailability of records, and so I guess it's very important for the committee to be aware of what is the real situation from an audit perspective, so that informed decision could be made, Honorable Chair.
CEO to answer, acting CEO, perhaps because certainly we're mindful that in most of these instances you're doing the catch up and then trying to do the day-to-day, and so as from the Public Accounts Committee side, the advice to certainly the provincial councils is let us know if you need more resourcing to help, because you're virtually doing two sets of accounts at the same time, and so whether what you've experienced is an outcome of it, but perhaps that's another consideration, which really we can help in terms of suggesting more resourcing just in this painful period while we're trying to catch up the accounts, because if we expect people to sleep in the office 24 hours to do both accounts, good luck to whoever wants to do that. That's probably that's certainly an observation from our side. But perhaps, Acting CEO, you may want to address that. Yeah.
Thank you, Chair. I think one of the biggest challenges that the current management team is facing is trying to locate records of previous books. And we had consulted the supplier of accounting services to Nausori Town Council at that particular time, Smart Financials, who had prepared the financials for Nausori Town Council. The unfortunate part is there is lack of cooperation from former staffs who have left, and I have made my recommendations to the council board for surcharge action as well. And the abnormalities and issues in terms of data extractions. According to the financial service provider, he's claiming that he's given a set of records to the former staff, and when we verified with these former staffs, they said that it's not there. So we are in a limbo. This is some 4 years back information that we are trying to dig up, and it's a challenge as well. So I have done a recommendation in terms of the council's decision to MLG, who might have forwarded a copy of our recommendation in which we had requested for a surcharge action as well, sir. So this is the current status of the financials. Thank you, sir.
I think because of the challenges of irregular financial reporting, I think it's not surprising that you'll have these issues. So from the Public Accounts Committee's perspective, we just like to encourage the Auditor General and the Town Council to continue to collaborate and see whether you can best sort the issues. If you need to qualify because the information is simply not there, then it's for the Auditor General to make that call. But I guess the thing that we probably need to then start looking at is, are the existing internal controls now in a better condition to deliver much better quality? Like, for example, as a question I was going to ask, Are you now producing monthly management accounts
Yes.
currently? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Our records are up to date from 2025.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. So yeah, I guess it's just something we need to try and manage. And like I said, if it does require additional resourcing to try and sort out, please feel free to communicate in writing to maybe the Public Accounts Committee whilst we try and wrap this up. Because certainly, in the context of provincial councils, we see there's a need for some additional resourcing around trying to get some of the things done. So certainly there's that appetite to assist from that perspective. Yeah. Okay, honorable members. Again, thank you to everyone. Thank you to Madam Acting Chair and also to Acting CEO for coming in today and presenting. I think it seems like the go forward internal controls are being set up well, and so we just need to find a way of sorting out the backlog. And I know, for being a former auditor myself, can get very frustrating when you have no evidence to work off. But if you put it in the context of what's been happening in the town councils for the last 16 years, I think we certainly have certainly have our sympathy, and but also our support in terms of trying to get this done. And we are very encouraged with some of the representations today, albeit that it won't help the current work of the Auditor General. But it's positive that that there's some work being carried out to fix the current situation. So again, at this juncture, thank you for availing yourselves to this public session, and we thank you for your time. And please feel free to, if you have some issues you would like to share with the Public Accounts Committee that you want us to include in the report, particularly around the additional resourcing, please make that known. But again, thank you for the attendance today. Thank you to the members of the committee for the questions and the secretariat. And with those remarks, I'll bring this public hearing session to a close. Manavalem.